At the beginning, everything was white. And then, in God's deepest dream, there was a spark of fertility. Pachamama was birthed in time and space. And the earth school, our home, was created. And the fertility goddess Pachamama opened her arms for our place to learn our lessons.
Hey, hey!
Hello, Spiritual Mag, Sam Bell. Today, in my opinion, the most important person on the planet for communication. She needs no introduction. But for those like me who just learned about her, her name is Elena Danaan.
Hi, Sam. Sam, listen, I'm so admirative of the work you are doing. You are a very inspirational person.
I've got plenty of time. I wanted to talk about a lot of things, but language and communication is my career. And I learned a new word today, epigraphist. What is an epigraphist?
Epigraphist is taking information of what is carved on stone. So that's an archaeological job, and you just, copy the graphic information carved in stone, and you analyze the information for publication.
So does that help you in determining what the truth is as compared to what people believe?
Yes, because you, being only an archaeologist can do the job, such as myself. That's what I was doing in Egypt for 8 years. I was working for the Franco-Egyptian mission in Karnak temples and also on different sites. So epigraphist was my first work. So you copy the intervention that has been done on stone carving, and you are going to analyze this by what we know of the Egyptian history, mythology, and the hieroglyphic language and iconography. So that's what I was doing.
That's language therapy where I come from. Because you're taking thought forms from the stone and interpreting them into your present thought forms.
Well, it's not exactly about that. It's about physical data, artifacts that are analyzed.
Wow. Well, I had a question from a personal friend. She's a grandmother, and her question is from Donna in Jackson, California. Thank you for answering this. How to protect from soul harvesting?
Yes. Soul harvesting is only done with either your consent or either abduction. So the abductions are not happening, or if they're happening, there are residual time distortion abductions, but it's going down. So unfortunately, if that occurs in an abduction and you're unconscious, there's nothing you can do about that. But most of soul harvesting comes from psychological operations that will induce you to give your power away to black goo installations, or such as, for instance, the Jerusalem ship is one of them that I really warn people against. That's a good example. That's a construct of soul harvesting technology that is made with black goo. So you believe in this thing, you become addicted in this belief, you project your consciousness to this black goo location, and you are hooked at it, and they feed off your soul essence, and they can even harvest your soul. And you become addicted because there's this connection. It's like alcohol or, you know, drugs. You find a certain bliss and you become addicted. So never give your power away. Never bilocate your consciousness to any place that is not part of your organic experience. Anything that comes from external source, do not give your power away, and you will be very protected.
You say that so beautifully. You say that so beautifully.
Thank you.
It maybe in another way is that knowledge ends where belief begins.
Yes, very well said.
And
Exactly.
the source of many of the beliefs we don't have much choice in if it starts off as infants. So
Yes.
very, very loving people can be misled, unfortunately. And
I know.
if the sense is you're committing a sin by not listening to the dogma, then very, very loving people don't spiritually mature. So,
Yes.
like me, I was a fallen away Catholic. I was a hardcore Catholic, baby. And then at a certain point, I'm like, no, and now I'm like, you know, so it was a learning experience. So now I have a second question here. This is a different topic. This is a good friend, Doug, and I'm trying to improve the planet. And in a sense, Silicon Valley is an element that impacts the overall thought forms and consciousness of the planet. The question is, how can I increase empathy in Silicon Valley? Sweetheart.
Yes, it's, you know, the dark places needs not to be ignored because that's where the work is to be done. So be careful. I would advise being careful in connecting with a place to send love. You need to be very strong in your wave of love and compassion. This frequency that you are going to send there, this needs to be very strong, and you need to be very grounded, because you will going to open a link and, you know, anything can come back at you. So you need to do it with strength and determination. You can do that. Sending frequencies to shift the place. And when you send high frequency, by the power of consciousness, to heal the land, don't focus on the people, focus on the land, because the land will respond to you. Ground yourself in the earth.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And through the earth, the ground, the rocks, send that wave, focusing to that place there. And the earth will start vibrating this frequency, and it will bounce it at people and whatever is happening there to change them. Connecting to the earth, you risk nothing. It's so safe, you know? So that I personally would do that.
Yeah. Okay, everyone that hears this, especially ladies who are very empathic themselves and can visualize and meditate, focus on Santa Clara Valley, Silicon Valley. Focus on the females that are working there. They're probably the weakest link for spiritual growth. They're going to change the fastest because the men, well, you know, focus on the ladies. And to do that, what do you recommend? Take some deep breaths and visualize inside and connect and visualize the place in the white light, something like that?
Yeah, every meditation and work for me starts by disconnecting from the noise, the interference. And then going inside, I do 3 steps. First steps, disconnecting from interference, thoughts and fear and everything that's going on anyway, anything that's external. And then focus, step 2, focus on your body, your muscles. Just bring your consciousness and your awareness into being aware of your body. You know, you have techniques that goes from contracting, releasing muscles from toes to head, or different techniques, this kind. When you do that, you already disconnect. And then third, you go within, you connect with your soul.
It's actually kind of boring. It's not hard.
It's not hard at all. And then you connect with your soul, who's within.
Yeah.
And then once you connect with who within, you have access to anything. Then from that place only, you can start the work. And then we send the frequency of love, because when you are connected with who you are connected with this frequency of love that is in the whole universe, you know? So then you do the work.
And the ladies are usually more loving. So they probably have a little stronger connection in Silicon Valley.
It's because it's a very male
oh yeah, baby.
energy there, you know.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Well, thank you for that answer. And Doug is interested in that because we are actually trying to focus on ways to motivate women to be recognized as the only functional solution to stop the world from getting worse, in my opinion, because money's not going to do it. And smart people aren't going to do it. It's got to be ladies that are like grandma types, you know, and you know what I mean.
Mama bears.
Yeah, matriarchal. All right.
Yeah, because the women have a stronger connection to the planet, to the matrix of the planet, through this frequency of love, the motherhood. So men can do the job as well, but women have a faster connection. You know.
I have the feeling from my limited experiences that there are many, many, many more women who are spiritual. Not that many males, actually very few males who are very spiritual, but they tend to go even more into spirituality than the females, you know, deeper into it, like, you know. So
yes, it's two different energies. The female will have this natural connection to the spiritual world because they have this ability to welcome consciousness into their bodies. They have a vortex in the womb, you know, so they have this connection. Men have a different energy and different connection to the divine, which they do as well. But when men connect to the divine, wow, that's powerful. And they can go really stronger because they have a stronger warrior energy in the spiritual energy. They're more Jedi, you know, energy. And when men, like you have people like Buddha, like Yeshua, like, you know, that can go very, very far.
And individuals like yourself too. Okay. I was talking to Dan Willis, and I was saying, she's the most important person on the planet. And he's going, yeah. So,
listen, everyone is important.
I know.
We all have our role to play.
Well, I'm looking from a speech pathologist perspective in terms of language and enhancing consciousness techniques and applications is going to exactly apply to language and speech and communication. And you're the connection of our little earth to what's referred to as the Great White Brotherhood. And so I remember trying to explain that to my mom, and she was looking at me like, and I'm like, so could you explain what the Great White Brotherhood is? I mean, I'm sorry, the Galactic Federation is, to individuals who've never heard of it before?
Yes, of course. The Galactic Federation of Worlds, not of light. Of light doesn't exist. The Galactic Federation of Worlds is a galactic organization there are thousands and thousands of cultures that have gathered together to help each other and share technology, share knowledge, and help peace to be in the galaxy, helping with that. This organization has contacted Earth many times and helped Earth many times. They have made a very famous contact in 1954 with President Eisenhower to offer help. They have been in our star system since then. and they have helped Earth getting rid of negative extraterrestrials, such as tall greys and reptilians. They've won this war. They've created the Earth Alliance, which is a military cooperation between them and the good, positive military programs on Earth. And Solar Warden Fleet, for instance, is part of them. So that's who they are.
Okay. May I jump in here?
Of course.
Okay. So I'm going off script because this is important. I don't know if I'll ever get to talk to you again.
You will.
The Vatican is sort of on the outs, and individuals going within and connecting through their own connection to off-planet brothers and sisters who are here to help is in. We're in the third dimension. When I pass on, I'm going to go into the fourth, fifth dimension. Do we have to wait till we get to the fourth, fifth dimension to really learn to love one another?
No. Oh my goodness, no. It's now. It starts now. We need to think reverse. If we don't learn now how to love one another, how will we shift consciousness into a higher density?
That's the purpose. That's the purpose.
Yes, any narrative such as you mentioned the Vatican is promoting, do not wait, do not do anything, wait and you will be saved. That is taking sovereignty away from people. No, do the job now, what the job is. Love, compassion, unity. That's the way forward. You make it happen.
In our third dimension now, we're somewhat struggling with future fourth, fifth dimensions. So conclusions if we don't learn our lessons.
Yes.
Additionally, Trump and all the economy and the World Economic Forum and everything, they're in this up to their necks. So just one more comment. So as long as we can keep fighting amongst ourselves, they're going to win. But as soon as people start listening to like yourself, suggestions that you provide, they disappear. So you're sharing with the planet communication that can make everything improve. People out there, this is Elena. Isn't that right?
Listen. Oh, yes, absolutely. Listen, people, you need to stop giving your power away to the division narratives. He said that, she said this, or is this person going to be arrested? Is he good? Is he bad? That's distraction. It's the divide and conquer that makes you separated from one another. And while you you create groups that are going to argue with each other, they are laughing. They are keeping the power. So now stop this. Find the vibration of love within yourself and share it. Share it. Stop dividing. This person has a different opinion, a different perspective. Wow, that's brilliant because you're going to exchange and compare perspective and learn from each other. Not argue. Divide and conquer was the Roman Empire. It's still the Holy Roman Empire now. They still keep on doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Stop arguing.
And this doesn't require money.
No, manipulation through mass media,
Right. And it's individuals have their own communication responsibilities for what they expose themselves to. So you're going to learn the hard way if you don't do stuff, it's kind of in the ballgame.
Even these people who spread this division narrative, they are also themselves slaved and fooled by the dark controllers because they're manipulated to spread this division themselves by the higher dark powers in place still. So, I like often to share my vision of the greater perspective of all this. the perspective from source. It means that everything in the universe that is created and any consciousness, it's created from source. It's a fractal of source. And source experiences the growth and the evolution through the fight of destruction and creation.
Yeah,
so those
completely.
Those who embrace the path of destruction and causing conflict are also source acting. Why? Because this tension between these two electrodes makes the universe work and evolve. If you do not have trigger, you will not learn how to defend yourself and become more intelligent and become a better person.
Yeah, they're lessons. In addition to what you just described, individuals who do greedy actions and might even hold greedy intentions, it's very depressing on the other side. And I promise you, if they did something greedy to you, you're going to feel really sorry for them. It's like, oh my goodness. So I see someone do something, and I'm like, oh man, they can forgive themselves, but their actions, you still have to go, that was not a cool thing to do. So it's just, there are people that have done horrendous actions, and on the other side, they're really beating themselves up because they feel so guilty. And the people that recipients of those actions they're trying to bring them flowers and make them come out of their own darkness, but they just can't, because they don't really fully understand that they have a spark of the divine inside of them right now. They can't believe that, but it's the truth.
The Vatican has renamed it done a lot of damage. They made people believe that they were born miserable, guilty, and with sin, that we never go back to the awareness that we are so powerful. Yeshua said, we are made at Creator's image. Well, people, not the bodies, the soul. We are a fractal of source. That's how we are at the image of source. That's how powerful we are.
And don't know it.
Yes.
Don't know it. Okay, time for another question. Thank you for those beautiful responses. Okay, so I learned that new word, whatever that word was. And I have a question for you. If you know this word, mimpathy.
No, what's that? Mimpathy. Tell me.
I feel so smart now. Mimpathy in Wikipedia is a philosophical concept related to empathy and sympathy. Hashir defines mimpathy as the sharing of another's feelings on a matter without necessarily experiencing sympathy. So like, you experience that. You actually feel somebody says they have a bad knee and your knee goes, ow, your knee hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it a language it's sort of language that you receive the information from another person through their emotion, but you do not take the emotions in. You just decrypt them. Is that what you say?
Except that you feel the feelings. So if their toe hurts, your toe hurts. But you don't feel sympathy.
It's a kind of empathy.
It's in between
more
the two.
Stronger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you actually feel it.
Yeah. Okay, no, I didn't know about that. That's very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm on a roll. Your book, The Cedars, I haven't ordered it because to order it on Amazon and get it delivered to Peru, it's like 30 extra bucks. It's like 90 solas. It's like, so I'll wait till I go back to the States and I'll buy a used copy. But I'm going to get one. And when I get to meet you, you're going to sign it for me.
Of course.
Well, I don't know how much time we have left, but what I wanted to try to share is what I call civilian core. And rather than just rattle it all off, I'll just share that the idea is it's a interplanetary free will volunteer organization individuals who serve others while building better futures. Your applied consciousness and consciousness improving actions seep directly into the matrix. And I've got 10 different things what it is, but basically the last two are the most important because they're new concepts I hope you share.
Yes.
To implement the best ethical effort. Wait a second. The second one is the most important. Well, I'll start 1 and 2. One is to elevate consciousness, the resulting quality of life. Number 2, second most important, to increase healing applications of the most underutilized resource on this planet, women's. That's the only solution. Is this at 10 minutes? And then I'll jump down to the last 2, to implement the best ethical effort of man and machine, artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and non-local consciousness for community building. And the last is to demonstrate willingness and coordination with loving, higher consciousness beings on and off planet. And if you want to do that, you just raise your hand and say, I volunteer, and you're on your own. Is that information sound okay?
This is perfect. This is a wonderful idea. This is a wonderful project. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love that. Yes. And when you say you declare something on your own to the universe, be very careful because it works. You know, if you say, I declare my sovereignty, you liberate your soul, you liberate your karma. And right. no one has now anyone that's going to come to try to take it away from you.
Yeah.
They are punished by the universe.
Yeah.
You just need to declare it. I do not consent to this or that, or I declare I am my work for universe, for the peace, you know, better future. It works.
Of course it does.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to share that with you. Okay, I probably have a minute. If you can see behind me, Fernando and my other the cameraman, Jarrett, and I were going to be at this spot. This is a portal today, this morning, to try to continue to strengthen our rapport with off-planet beings to help the planet. So what do you think about that? Are we cool with that or not?
Well, as you moved and I could see better the photo behind you, it seems so powerful. There's definitely a vortex here, portal. It reminds me of the stone circle in Northern Europe where I live. It's exactly the same thing. It's like a Stargate that you activate turning clockwise. And with consciousness and with chanting or with sound. And there's the vortex here and it's very positive. I really can feel it. I do not know. It's the first time I see this photo, but you know the first impression.
Yeah.
I like
there's a whole story behind this. It's with my series. The next question is, this is on top of a mountain of rock right at the coast. It's hollow. When you hit your feet on the ground, it's hollow beneath. Is this like a ark, maybe?
You know, it may be not a sepulture. It wouldn't be that big. Ritualistic place underground, but you know, anything that goes underground and that has a vortex and is very positive vibration.
Mm-hmm.
You need to find access because there is surely an access towards some ancient records or knowledge somewhere there. That may not be in 3D, that may be in 4D.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's magnetic. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
It's magnetic. Well, sweetheart, we're out of time. It was very thrilling communicating with you. You're always in my prayers. Anything we can do to help, okay? Anything.
And likewise, I really support the work you do. You put so much effort, and I'm watching your videos, and I really encourage everyone that's watching to support you because it's together that we make the future come, you know?
Okay. Thank you so much. You and all your loved ones are always in my prayers. Bye-bye.
For best results, use a quality headset. Sit up straight, spine straight, hands down, palms up. Complete relaxation, full inhalations through your nose, total exhalations out your mouth.
That it is legal to require COVID-19 vaccines. We all want our lives to get back to normal.
Search, search, search. I wonder what the answer will be.
When you're a good healer, it's not about you, it's about the patient, and it's about humility and just being to yourself, a bridge. These people are calm and they do not tell you about their life or who they're in contact with and blah blah blah. You know, it's about you. So they will facilitate your activation.
There's somebody right there. At that moment, our clock began to tick.